Podcast Guitar has begun. I'm Josh Siegel, glad to be here. Today we're doing a deep dive on the 1983 classic, Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper, covered by everyone from Willie Nelson to Miles Davis. The real question is, who has not covered it? So it's a song you want to know. Here's the hot topics on this one. Cyndi does it in C major. That's where we're going to start. That's the version I've arranged. So great excuse to get to know the C major scale. Like I said, we're going to talk about how to arrange it for solo guitar. We're going to use music theory to do it. And by doing so, we will see how the melody lives inside the chords for the most part, aka harmony. Once in a while, you might have to play an F6 or an F major 7, but for the most part, the melody, like every note of the melody, has a chord that harmonizes it. And then lastly, to make sure you understand the theory, to make sure you really understand how the tune is put together, we're going to change keys. Monday, I believe we switched to G. Today, we're going to do some different keys. Who knows where we'll go. If you are catching the class after the fact on YouTube, the shortened version, treat yourself, take shelter from the weirdness that is the internet. As you can see, almost full hour of class here, but you'll just be getting a little piece of it to give you a taste. But come on over and join the revolution. For Time After Time, I'm going to play it kind of like a ballad in C. That intro. All right, let's take a look at that one. But let's get the building blocks. C major, the formula for the major scale is whole step, half, whole step, half. One kind of ugly W up there I see now. But C, whole step to D, whole step to E, half step to F, whole step to G, whole step to A, whole step to B, half step to C. We make chords by harmonizing every other note. It takes 3 notes to make a major or minor chord. So the first chord is C, E, G. So I'm going every other, 1, 3, 5. That gives us a major 1. The 2 would be D, F, A. That would be a D minor. G, B, G, E, G, B would be a minor 3. F, A, C would be a major 4. G, B, D, major 5. A, C, E would be a minor 6, an A minor. B, D, F would be a B minor, flat 5. Some people just say B diminished to mean it's got a flat 5. But in Roman numerals, we can notate it like that. Fear not, though, Cyndi does not use that chord. She only uses the one, or basically the only 2 she doesn't use are the 2 chord and the 7 chord. So she uses a C major, she uses an E minor, an F major, a G major, an A minor, and those are your 5 chords that build this song. So you can see it right there. You can see the notes in there. One other thing I want to say before I switch screens is just that we're going to see a lot of like F6 in the verse. So it might be good just to talk about that for a second, which is, see how we're going every other note? Actually, that's not a good explanation. That's a terrible explanation. I take that back. Here's how I would define a F6. You need to know that a major 6 chord is the first note, the third note, the fifth note, and the sixth note of its scale. So that really only tells you how to build a C6, since I'm showing you the C major scale. So real quick, let me just show you the F major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. F, whole step to G, whole step to A, half step to B flat, whole step to C, whole step to D, whole step to E, half step to F. Now we can see the first note, the third note, the fifth note, and the sixth note right there. So the chord would be made of F, A, C, D. It just happens that those notes are available to us in the C major scale, which is why that chord works so well. But I just wanted to take a minute and show you guys, what that really means when you say how our chord's built. But for all intents and purposes, we're just going to be seeing a lot of F6. So you can kind of erase all that now and see where it came from, which is right there. F, A, C, D. Now let's go to the next screen. This one, the actual song. Let me make it visible. So let's do a quick analysis. Let me get my pen working properly. Yeah, you can kind of see the markup thing, whatever. So let's look for home base. In the verse, we finally see the 1 right here. But you can see the whole intro really buries that. I did talk about that a little bit on Monday, how the song kind of really cleverly avoids the 1 chord, especially in the chorus. You see the 1 is the final chord to arrive down there. So that's kind of a big piece of the song too. The build-up, using every chord except the 1. So right here in the intro, 4, F is 4 of C, G is the 5 of C, E minor is the minor 3 of C, and F is the 4. Then they just do it again. 4, 5, minor 3, 4. Then I wrote F6. I just told you how that chord is built, F, A, C, D. But for what we need, it's just a 4 chord. You could play it as an F. So it's 4, 1, 4, 1 for 8 measures. Sure, I'll write it. 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1. A lot of build up. You can see it's kind of building, some tension just right in that. A little bit of a trance it puts you in. And then it finally breaks out by basically, maybe I should say the intro is just like an elongated version of the pre-chorus, because you can see the intro goes 4, 5, 3, 4. And look at this. 4, 5, 3, 4. 4, 5, 3, then da 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 da, and then she teases the chorus the first time. That's why I wrote first ending, F, G. This is a little time after, sends you back to the verse. But if you don't play that first ending, once she gets past that, sends you to the chorus. And notice she wouldn't want to play this one the second time because she wants to save that G chord for the chorus. So you can see right here, this just builds you up to an F, and then it finally sends you off into the glorious triumphant 5 chord right there. First time it's appearing, the minor 6, and then 4, 5, 1. So it's 5 and the 5 goes to minor 6, then 4, 5, 1. That's the sound of that chorus. So when we start, when we change keys later, we're just going to use this. That's the real song. That is Time After Time. That's the skeleton right there. All right, so let's stick with the key of C, and I want to show you guys how I arranged it. Just giving you some ideas of mine. You can make it your own. All right, let's take a look. So I kind of want to start with the chorus because it's so catchy. So, keeping in mind how the melody lives inside the chords. Let's look at it. The 5 of C is G. So remember, underneath it all, maybe let's talk about a level 1. The chorus is 5G, which is made of G, B, D. Then it goes to the minor 6 of C, which is A minor, A, C, E. Then the 4 is F, F, A, C. G is the 5, G, B, D, back to the 1. So it goes 5, 6, 4, 5, 1. 5, 6, 4, 5, 1. But however, we got to talk about how to, make the melody come across if you want to play it instrumental or if you're accompanying a singer. It never hurts, or if you are the singer, it never hurts to be able to make your guitar kind of sing a little bit. So the melody. Maybe better if I use this finger. So take a look at that. We're going from a 5 chord to a minor 6, from a G chord, G, B, D, to an A minor chord, A, C, E. That's it, 5 to 6. So notice right here it goes D, G, D, G, G, D, G, G, D, G, G, A, E. And as you start to think about the chords underneath, A and E is a little piece of an A minor. D and G, little piece of a G chord. So I like to play the full G chord. I just do a lot with the pick to kind of keep the chord, some bass notes going while I focus on this. So I'm going. And then I like to hit the A. Gives me a little chance to get up there. And yes, you could certainly hit that C right there, because that's part of an A minor, A, C, E. So just to kind of like get the minor chord to come out, I would probably strum that too. See how I hit all 3? Then it goes over the 4 chord. This is a moment where you'd really have to play it as an F major 7 because the melody is an E. Maybe let's talk about the melody first. So D, G, G, D, G, G, A, E. Now let's just go open E. E, E, D, E. D, G, G, D, G, G, D, G, G, A, E. E, E, D, C. All right, so now to harmonize that, I showed you how to do over the 5 chord. Minor 6. And now, I don't want to just hit a single E. I want to harmonize with an F chord. So I have F, A, C, E. And it's just real quick. It's just... And then we need a G chord with an E in it, which would be a G6. So you got options. You could play just a G and open up the high E. Maybe do that one first. F major 7. that one note lives in a G chord, D, and then it resolves to an E, which is right there in that one chord. The C is made of C, E, G. So, D, G, G, A, E, F major 7. We're focusing on the E though. G6, we're focusing on the E. D, and then it's resolved to a C. So the first time they resolve to an E, which is a note in the C chord. Second time, as songwriters, they want to change it up, so they resolve it to a different note in the C chord, a C. That note. Okay, so let's spend one more second with the chorus, because I want you to see you could do it kind of all over the place. Sure, you've got G, D, G, G, D, G, G there. You could do it here, D, G, G. If I did it there, I'd have to get clever on how I, get some bass across. I could hit the G right there. G, D, G. You can see now I'm right there for that one. A, C, E, A, that's an A minor. And now, because I'm right here, like I said in the warm-up, you want to be able to kind of chase things down and just keep the song going no matter where you are on the neck. So right here I need a C, or I need an F major 7, which is F, A, C, E, and look at this, F, A, C, E. So I've got the A minor there. I reharmonize that one note by putting an F right there. And then, let's see, so here's our G. F major 7's right there. And now, when I did the performance at the top, I hit this F major 7, and then I wanted a G6, but I like this E, so I played G, B, E. I could hit the thumb if I want to hit another G, but that's a G6. G, B, D, E would be a G6. And then D, and then I just go open E. So you can see how I'm able to like climb up the neck and climb back down. I can go. G6. Other, just examples of what you can do with that chorus. All right, Cyndi, let's keep it rolling. Let's talk about the verse a little bit, and then we'll get to the verse and pre-chorus. Let's do both. So for arranging the verse, quite simple. But like I said, the hot topic, one of them is really seeing how the chords, every note of the melody is harmonized by a chord. Not every time, but most of the time. But an F6, F-A-C-D would be an F6, and the D note is the melody note. That's why we do it. So she's going, the melody is just D, C, and there's some E in there. So D, C, E, D, C, D, C, C, D, E, E. So when she sings a D note, she always plays an F6. F, A, D you could do. If you're a thumb player, you could wrap your thumb there and get another F. And then resolves to a C, the melody right there. And then right now, because I have a C, I can just hit the high E as a little passing note. Hey, Josh from Broadcast Guitar here. Hope you've been digging these videos. This is just the tip of the iceberg. If you'd like to access the full-length lessons, get the handwritten tabs, or better yet, participate in my live weekly classes, Q&A sessions, and special guest interviews, head on over to Broadcast Guitar's Patreon and start your free trial today. I look forward to working on some music with you.